Let me set this up a little bit better. Oh, y'all don't need to see shit. Y'all just need to hear. And here we go. Let me show the dirty show.
Somebody really living it. Hold on, we got unks and all chapters and the verses, you know the authors and the titles, but you're not internalizing and living that. And that's a real critique for the conscious community. We be on some serious ego stuff. I'm wrapping up. We can activate, but righteously. And then righteousness has a humility. There's no ego and arrogance to righteousness. And some of us, our egos are out of line. You really got to slow your roll. Because it's just this competitive to be in front all of the time. This competitive to talk all of the time. Practice. You ain't got to run your mouth about it. Let somebody look at your life and know you live in my eyes. So then, in closing, because I'm going to just back up and just listen. Yeah, I'm going to just back up and listen and watch. Because, you know, I like to see the play between our energies, but all of our energies should be pulling for the same place by now. We don't need to be bumping heads as much as we do. So whoever takes it, takes it.
Salute to the elders, salute to Smalls. What I would add on as well, what the brother Nova brought up, what Smalls touched on and what you touched on, is the fact that we have to begin to identify what are the rites of passage that students of the conscious community have to actually take to be considered students of the conscious community. Not watching a Hidden Colors or watching a debate, rooting for the guy in debate. When he wins, now you're conscious. You change your name on Facebook, now you're part of the community. But, like you said, a lot of people's discretion with people who have these righteous names and have these attributes is inside of this sisters' inboxes are guys with their penis out talking about Hotep. You dig what I'm saying? Or if they don't respond to their you know, the brothers trying to come at them, oh fuck you bitch, this and that, you bum ass, that's why you gotta weed. So we gotta acknowledge the fact that, like he said, the character and the integrity of individuals that are quote unquote wearing the titles and wearing the names and saying that they're standing on the shoulders of some people who prove to the community and to the world that they are people of great character and they are people of great integrity, like the Marcus Garveys, like the Malcolm X's, like the Dr. Benz and the Clarks. So you have these students that are coming in saying, I'm a Dr. Blair, Francis Cress Wilson, Queen of Four, Mama Pell. So you got people coming in, standing on the shoulders of people who are not soiled, who are not dealing with niggerisms. They have detached from the nigger frequency. They deniggified themselves. But you cannot put lipstick on a pig and expect to not still be a pig. So people are coming into the community, they put lipstick on a pig. They're not taking showers, they're putting dashikis on dirty bodies. You understand? People who are engaged in, you know, drug dealing, killing, prostitution, destroying their temples, abortions, and all of these other things, and they are not taking these steps. They're not burning it off for them. They're working off of the work that Dr. Reggie is doing. Dr. Reggie kicked the door down. Sonetta kicked the goddamn door down. Supernova kicked the door down. And what happens when our people kick the door down then? Niggas run in and they start looting. So what's taking place in the community on social media, because you created these platforms that be created like a social media, Facebook and all of that. These niggas is kicking in. Dr. Ben kicked in the door and Kevin, boom. Said he's kicking in the door. All of these people are tearing down the temples and kicking in the door. And these niggas are coming to loot. And what do you take off of the loot? You take booty off of the loot. So they try to take our goddesses from us. They try to take our sisters from us. They try to take the mothers. Right? So we have to begin to take showers. We have to clean up. There has to be a rites of passage inside of the community for you to even be considered that.
God damn, did y'all hear that bomb that Red Pill just dropped? I know that shit went over a lot of y'all fucking heads. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replay that again. I'm not gonna tell you what he mean. I know my smart people will step up, and I want y'all to write inside of the goddamn comments what he's talking about. Subliminal. Talk about it. Write about it. I'm gonna rewind that shit. Instant replay that.
Working off of the work that Dr. Reggie is doing. Dr. Reggie kicked the door down. Sonetta kicked the goddamn door down. Supernova kicked the door down. And what happens when our people kick the door down then? Niggas run in and they start looting. So what's taking place in the community on social media? begin to take showers. We have to clean up. There has to be a rites of passage inside of the community for you to even be considered that. We have to bring back the street codes. We have to bring back not only the street codes, but a code inside of consciousness. I'm not up here saying this like I'm almighty, this, you know, I'm this angelic, Christ-like figure. I gotta apply codes to my own conduct. I have to apply codes to myself, because what is consciousness? But we are all on the path of enlightenment. But we are all on the path to take imperfections and perfect them, so we could exhibit what is known as ma'at, so we could live in balance. All of us are a work in progress. You get the opportunity to see us evolve. You see our mistakes. You see our triumphs. You see us failing forward. Stick with us. We are not perfect. We are not blue-eyed Christ on us. So that's what we're here to do. And my brother, when I slip up, you better believe this brother's on our tail. He's on my tail. When he slip up, each one teach one. My brother Sanetta, if he slips up, we are here as a brotherhood and a sisterhood. We're not sitting around pointing each other out, trying to crucify, assassinate our character, destroy our legacies, and do things like that. It's some crackatosis in your blood. Get it out of you. That's the nigga in you. That is your lower self. So, yeah, listen. Coming up, we're going to do a build, and the Twins will be with me on this build, and my brothers here will be with me. The build is called The Black Alpha Male and the Power of His Sexuality. And the 30-day challenge is talking about challenging every brother out there to take a 30-day fast from any sexual activity. Shut your being down to move up, okay? And in that 30 days, we want to empower you to explore your physical fitness, your martial arts. You're taking the sea moss and other herbal formulas that will strengthen your male prostate, empower you with the superfoods and other superfoods that will get you on your masculine alpha power. So, when you redeploy back in the black moon, you are thrusting her into possibility. You are thrusting her into awareness. You are thrusting her into enchantment. The black woman feels like she can conquer the world with your thrust, black man. But if you are toxic and your wand is not working properly and your mind is toxic, how can you thrust that black woman into empowerment? So we have to detox you, and we invite you to join us, brother, on this 30-day master cleanse that we will all be building on very shortly at House of Conscience. No sex, you say? No sex. And rebuilding the temple. Talk about the psychosis that comes to one when he's depleted through the semen. When he's depleted, let's talk about the psychosis. How you would become a beta and not an alpha. When you
well, most of our brothers, even brothers in the conscious community, who have very powerful scholarships, are on the beta frequency. If you do not, every man has to take at least 30 days to replenish himself. See, the man's role is to serve, as in service, a serviceman. A woman's role is to receive the service of the men, okay? As in receive the seed men, right? The seed men, okay? So, in that frequency, if you like to build your, fortify your master temple, your temple of power, your temple of God, and restore it with daily prayers, activations, okay? Whenever you come from, if you do Salat 5 times a day, Salam Alaikum. If you're reading the Torah, salute to you, okay? If you're in the Persian gear, salute to you. What I'm saying is that we need to apply the work, right, on a daily basis. Being a physical, we have to do some type of physical thing. So if you don't do resistance training, do your martial arts, do your run, do your calisthenics. Take yourself through a wellness regimen and refrain from actually giving out. Men are always giving. We're the givers. When a woman marries you, she wants a giver, a provider. When you are providing, that means you have to take your being and you have to give out if you're a provider. So we get so caught up being a provider, we go from our alpha, our apex, our Merkut pyramid, and we descend down. And so what we're saying here is that Brother Red Pill was saying, if you do not rise from a beta to an alpha frequency, the wombs that you will attract to you will be vampiristic. I don't care if she's melanated. I don't care if she got a gay leg and arms in her, and she's initiated. She will actually bring out of her the witch frequency, brother. Okay? And then her witch frequency will prey on you because you are beta.
That brings life and possibility to your days and actions. We see. I have one question. Powerful, brother. Real quick. I know, brother. No. Listen, the question is pertaining to what you just said. Health and wellness is important, because that's what we're lacking, and we need to develop the discipline as well, because that's what we're lacking. As far as the men going on abstinence for 30 days, it's supposed to be a cleansing. Not just not having sex. There's healing and cleansing in that. I want to know if there's something that you're going to have for the couples. So if a brother has a woman that he's living with, and they used to be intimate, so she doesn't feel alone or left out while he's going on his cleanse, is there something they can do together as a couple where they can still keep each other strong? Okay? And understand that, okay, we're not having sex, but we're building together. So listen, all you're going to be doing in that time, if you're a couple, you're asking your queen, you're asking your woman to support you on this regeneration frequency, because it's going to benefit her. It benefits her when you want your full power and possibility. So your queen will support you on your process. Now, no sex does not mean no intimacy where you can't hug your queen, kiss her, do some meditation together. This opens up a new possibility for creativity in the union. Sometimes the union becomes so beta where sexuality only becomes about a thrust or a pump or a nut. So we have to regenerate that and actually open up new possibilities to a creative union. And a creative union has the possibility to be much more than just the sexual act. Yes, brother.
The man is abstaining for 30 days. Is his mate also?
I would love to invite the sisters. No, listen. To join him, but I would say if they're in a committed union, she would support her king man on this 30-day challenge.
Okay, so they commit. And just quickly, last thing. So in that instance, can he please her, stimulate her to whatever satisfaction, as long as he retains his seed, he's still committed to the man.
So I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna ask you this one. Okay, no. So no. Okay, and he ain't hitting her off, he gonna have a problem. Okay, well, he don't need to be in the womb if he ain't doing the right thing. But no, I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, so to the brother Small's point, listen, no sexual activity. No, let her feel, let her want you again, black man. Let her desire you again. So right now, black man, you're not desiring. She doesn't really want you. You're just necessary. You're just providing. You're just be holding space there. The black woman doesn't respect you no more. A 30-day fast with you can't eat, you cannot dine on the yoni. Okay? You cannot kiss and tongue her down. You may hold her hand, you may caress her, but no sex. You have to restore your power, black man. You have to restore your possibility. And if she's true to you, she will support you on that journey. That's what I'm saying. And that's the challenge.
Let me bring it back to the monkey man. No, I'm only playing with my man. I apologize, brother. Let me bring it back to the monkeys, man. Reggie, talk to us.
I'm going to segue into what the brothers were saying. Well, the reality right now in this world is not the brothers. It is, in fact, the sisters. The sisters have to clean their minds. They have to clean their bodies, right? Because, unfortunately, we've been using them as sperm sponges, right? So it is, what we're seeing the effects of is not us, but in fact, the effects of our sisters.
All I'm saying, beloved, is that we have the opportunity to take ownership and power of us. I'm not saying our fast is going to disconnect what they have to do. I'm saying that the alpha man, the black man in his alpha power, and us holding each other accountable to power will restore us to power, so we can support our women on a higher frequency. That's what I'm saying.
I 100% agree. I just think the conversation has to be, because we're used to, see, men, have you ever seen 5, 6 women together talking? Do you see a Sunday night show with 6, 7, 8 women coming together, kicking it? Have you ever seen that film? Have you ever seen women in front of the camera talking about plans? Brother, Supernova, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. We have always been planning. We need our women to be our partners.
So all I'm saying, beloved, is that, listen, now check this out. All I'm saying is that, okay, look at, y'all brought some points earlier. Look at the state of the conscious brothers and sisters, the conscious brothers in the community that are sexual on each other, that are hating on each other, right? A lot of that is because they on a beta frequency. They at a lower
able to go light years in the possibility to applying the work. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that our sisters should not be joining us. I'm not saying that we should hold them accountable. I'm just saying that because brothers have been doing the building, have been on camera, this is a great opportunity to fortify our brotherhood, to us do something together, regardless of what set we claim, what tribe we from, what are we representing. It bonds the brothers. Okay, listen, our oppressors, the different fraternal orders that run the world, they have their rituals to maintain oppression. They do brotherhood rituals globally. They just don't conquer. They do rituals to conquer the world. So I'm saying we need to start to do empowerment rituals with ourselves collectively to empower us to be fortified.
Okay, so let me finish up on this side. So we talked a little bit about Nile Valley science, and Sarnetta said, watch this. Sarnetta says, how is this going to pay our bills? Or whatever science that we're using. How is the science going to pay our bills? The fact of the matter is, we should be paying bills. You understand? We should be living. The fact of the matter is, everything that we do benefits the European. He gets a percentage of every dollar that is passed. Because we don't have a system, right, to empower ourselves. So when we're paying bills, that's the trick. We have to get into another mind frame. So if this is a start of getting into what we say, Nile Valley culture, right? Or street codes, right? Or whatever type of science. But let me just tell you about our ancestors, right? Our ancestors acted as a wave against the others. So no matter what the others had plans, we acted differently. So we have to act united, and we have to act differently. The Ashkenazi Jews and the rest, they act, and just they come through. They in the community, they wear one. They ain't got to worry about Jordans. They ain't got to worry about being super fly, right? We gotta dress in one code. You see, because they different, but they move in a unit. We're not moving in a unit because we all want to be individual, special, stand out. But that shit is killing us. We got
say is this. I've been studying black history, black culture since from the cradle. I was born and raised in this. I'm a year younger than this. All right? I used to be here when I was 1 year old, boys and girls, all right? The problem that we have with racism and the imbalance of the world right now is the educational system. Period. Racism can be destroyed in one day by all children because they don't give a fuck. All right? But as long as you teach my child that your hero is my great-grandmother's rapist, there will never be a balance, bro. Right? So we can talk about all of the reasons.
I disagree. But I disagree. But listen, you're complicated, but I disagree. You know why?
Complete my thought. When I was young, my mother took all the Pampers out of the box and threw the box in the garbage because she wouldn't have me seeing a white child as what is. All right? Once we stop, and listen, I'm not saying teach everybody about black. I'm saying teach everybody about their own and let them come together. If a white man had a black Jesus in his house, he would treat a black man different.
No, but that's how it works. So that's the energy. So you said what you had to say, now to receive it, right?
Brother, I gotta go.
Okay. All right, so you gotta go.
And I'm gonna see this
Okay, so here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. The fact of the matter is, education in the United States is babysitting to the industrial system. We allow our children to go to school so that we in fact can go to work to pay bills, right? We have to get to a level, right, where we are self-sufficient. We are self-sufficient and that we educate our families ourselves. But it doesn't just start. Education is one of the pieces. It's the prisons, it's the court systems, right? It's economics. I understand.
Right? So I didn't go to school on Columbus Day. Matter of fact, I went to school on Columbus Day, and I had off for Martin Luther King's birthday and did assembly for every assassination of all of our leaders. So my outlook on the world is not as a victim. I'm responsible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here worrying, oh, they doing this to us, they doing that to us. No, I know they got their time to do what they did. We extracted them from us so we can see how fucked up we are.
Can I ask you one question before you...
Wait a minute. In plain sight, we extracted them out of us. So they're here for a job. They're here to do something. Let them do their job. They don't
Everybody
just
trying
stay
to be
asleep.
Bruce and
Or
shit.
the amazing is that when you educate
It's
yourself
all about
with your own knowledge, like you see these symbols on your head, you see what y'all wearing? I grew up with this. My name is Tom Ra. All right, I grew up with this information. So therefore, I walk around and I didn't jump in my car just now when I see y'all building. I came over here because that's the way I was educated as a child. So what I'm saying is, all the social, economical and social ecological things that we can be doing as a people, it's all going to stem from us teaching our children that they are the greatest.
This is the biggest university right now in the world. This is Sinetta Studios right here. We are educating people that no one else can get to. Brother, I know you got to go, right? But this is why we do this work right here, right? Right. Right. But I understand. But the fact of the matter is that we are educating people that the system couldn't get to and that some of our other leaders can't get to. This is education right now. And this type of education is going to continue because we're doing something special. We're vibrating as a wave. You see this? We got some of the best and most powerful people right here, right doing it. So the only issue that I have is that no, the only issue that I have is that we are doing this right before your eyes. This is a brand new paradigm. This is a brand new paradigm. It is electrifying over the world.
Talk about me and you. So you're talking about something that I bear witness to and you bear witness to. Our job, your job, my job is not amongst each other, right?
That's why
it's amongst them. So I just said to you, the conscious community job is not amongst the conscious community. The conscious community job is amongst the unconscious who don't see themselves as being community. So what I'm saying to you is, as children, if these kids start learning that they come from the creators and the originators of all things in life, then they will come to each other with a greater love. I didn't come over here with nothing else but love. You understand?
Yeah, bro.
And the fact that these motherfuckers, I don't even know, and they building with the same thought process I'm thinking about. So let me go over there and show them some love. I mean, but I'm not here to educate you, and you definitely can't really educate me right now because we already the conscious. We got to get to them. We got to get to those.
That's why we on film right now talking solutions, right? And this vibration, peace to you, this vibration subjects that can't get to other people, right? That's my point about being in the way, vibrating at the same way. And even no, because I'm not talking to you and you're not talking to me. We're talking to those people. That's what we're talking about. Like people can see me and Brother Pill. We be bouncing on a different frequency, but when we get in the right frequency, it's the same goddamn thing, right? Because we've had time to talk and communicate. We're creating an environment where we can communicate to people, right? Because the other people, right?
And what he's saying is what you're saying is almost the same thing, that we're coming together, right, consciously to re-educate, because everybody has a form of education. Some have been miseducated. So all of us here had to deprogram ourselves from what we've been programmed. We wasn't born like this. Even, look, I was at the feet of Dr. Sabi at 8 years old, right there in Brooklyn. That shit didn't save me. No, what I'm saying is I still found myself in the streets doing street things, but that, hold on. But that's what I'm saying. Let me clean that up. Let me clean that up. The car scandals in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, I was gonna finish that. It was that exposure at 8 years old that fortified me. Like we were saying earlier, the only job of ours at the end of the day is to be seed planters. We plant the seeds and life waters it. Your experiences water it. When a student is ready, the teacher shall appear. So people stumble on this channel haphazardly sometimes, looking at Little Boozy, or looking at some hip-hop shit, or looking for some girls twerking, and then they get the light because subconsciously, or maybe consciously, they were asking for some more. They're like, yo, I'm this frequency of this nigga life, I need more than that. This deaf culture is wearing me down. I know that there's something else out there. And miraculously, they start waking up. So when I was exposed to the information, when I was able to go in the hood, I exposed them to the light. I had to go into the underworld and shine my light. Now, what is the benefit of all of that? 20 years later, I'm out here at this festival, dudes from the hood. I might have had murder beef with, or guys that I knew had done things in the hood that I can't even mention. They're coming through with an arm on. They're living the lifestyle now. Not professing it or reading it in a book. They're living it out. The guard right here, I ran into, come through, young guard. This is an example of the impact of, like the brother was saying, re-educating our people with the information, not just the talk, but the walk. Let them know who you are and what the information and the consciousness is doing for you. One of the brothers, you know what I mean? Going back to what the brother was saying, I can't speak for what the sisters have to do. I'm not going to tell them. I know as a man some of the discrepancies that we have in our culture. What does our culture teach? Fuck about everything else. Because we could be studying Nile Valley civilization, more science, but we belong to another culture. That's the hip-hop culture as a generation. We belong to an operating system that is not from the Nation of Islam. Okay, the operating system for young men in New York City, in Atlanta, in LA, in St. Louis, in Memphis is hip-hop. And that shit is telling you, fuck these hoes. Huh? Money over bitches all day. Pardon my Moorish Latin. But you know what I'm trying to convey to you. We don't love these hoes and all of these other things. So the frequency, when your child gets in the car to go to the daycare, or to go to kindergarten, or to go to grade school, and mama turns on the radio, and she turns on 105.1 or 97.1, they're not hearing the 42 laws of Ma'at. They're not hearing a Farrakhan speech. They're not hearing Jesse Williams on stage. They're hearing the nigger talk. They're hearing niggerism. They're hearing lower frequencies. So what we have to do is identify as a culture, as men, we have to be more responsible for what? We have to go against the culture. We have to question the culture. We have to put the culture under the motherfucking microscope and saying what parts of it could be changed now. What parts of it could be upgraded. Because I'm not throwing away the baby with the bathwater. I can't throw myself away. I can't throw who I am. I can't throw my experiences that made me red pill I'm not going to throw that away. But I'm going to say that I learned from some of my mistakes. I'm going to say that the sisters hate us right now. coming into an era where we may have a matriarch with a patriarch with a matriarch face on it. That's the Hillary Clinton administration. And the segment energy is rising. Yo, you should hear some of the conversations that's taking place. One of the current conversations that I had with a sister is she said she have a group of sisters that talk, and they all agree that they're not going to procreate no more. They like, we're not even bringing life into this fucking realm because of unresolved issues of pain, of hurt, of molestation, of all of these things that have been taking place, and they feel that men hate them. So we got to begin as men having these conversations, but I'm not about to go tell no woman what they need to be doing and how they need to carry themselves and the problems that they have. But like I said, I want the brother to come in and explain and let the family know some of the influences and all of these other things that consciousness is doing for him.
First and foremost, big shout out to Hotep and shout out to Never TV. That's like, y'all understand the impact that what y'all doing is having on my life. Like, I don't want to look at y'all like Babylon and all that as far as like how you look at the celebrities. Because Hollywood, when it's Hollywood, you gotta understand that's casting a spell. Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? It's not real. It's a matrix. But when I run into y'all, you gotta understand the impact y'all are making. You know what I'm saying? I don't think y'all really understand. Like, I even run into Dishi and asked him a question. He probably don't even know why I asked him a question, but I asked him. It was, what does Sabbath mean? I go by Sabotage. My real name is Taj. My rap name is Sab. But it comes from sabotage, and it's all about that balance. I came through to fuck shit up because of y'all. Oh, part of my language, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, part of my language. But to get back to a point that I was making, it was the fact that they say my generation is Generation X. But where the big homie at? Big homie left or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, Supernova coming back, big homie coming back. But they said we Generation X and we can't learn nothing. We have the mental capacity to learn whatever we want. But when we sit up in the classrooms, we don't know nothing. But when the homies know what I'm talking about, when the little scrap pull up to a 9, 31 days, 21 days, he know all that information. He can't even read. God can't even read. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it come back to you. You gotta get back to their root chakra where that fire at. And then you gotta rise it up through the Kundalini. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta hit them. That's how you gotta hit them. So all I wanna say is, man, I don't even wanna take up y'all time. Yo. Oh, man.
Your vibration, the vibration that people look like you. That's what I'm talking about that way.
See, my bad, because it's a different type of love when you're dealing with other guys. See, in the hood, like what we talked about earlier, when you talk to somebody, when you in the hood, it's like, yo, this nigga must be, it's either he pussy, sorry for my, you know what I'm saying, once again, it's either you a wolf, you food, or you another lion. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So when you're talking to somebody, you can't even talk to nobody in the hood. So I just wanted to step back and let the guys, you feel me? But listen, that's fake male pride that the white man instilled in us. You know what I'm saying? That's not even...
Generation liberation. Generation X, bro.
Yo.
Generation liberation.
And it goes.
Generation liberation.
What was y'all talking about with Tarzan?
Talking about the generation.
What do you think about the society we living in and what's going on, man? That's what we're talking about. How are we going to change this?
Shout out to Never TV. We in Brooklyn right now. It's not we in Brooklyn. So shout out to Never TV for that. It's a long way. It's like an hour and a half. Yeah.
Brooklyn, Texas.
Well, my main thing is, we all got the colors on. We got the African stuff. And we all got the African stuff going on, and it just seems like I was asking somebody over there about the petitions that they do. Like, they trying to get Umi out of prison. They trying to get him some medication and all that. So it was a white boy sitting at the table. It was Cracker. I can say that, right? Cracker. Right. It was Cracker sitting at the table. And I asked him, I said, all right, so how are y'all going to get him out of prison? So, he's been in there how long now? 30, right? 30. So if we're going to try to get him out of prison and this voting thing isn't working, I asked him as a white man, because this is what he told me. The Cracker told me that as a white man, his job, since he has white privilege, is to come into the black community and take leadership.
Tarzan.
I didn't even know y'all was talking about that. But that's what he said. The Cracker told me he needs to take leadership and help us his way. That's how he's going to help us.
Because his mentality, right? He's in this Western society where he's part of the quote-unquote dominant society. He's been given both, because remember, racism is taught inside the home of the European, right? And their history, and also their status. They're able, inside of the home, behind their closed doors, they're able to tell their children what their status is. So that's been instilled, this quote-unquote white savior complex, and everywhere that he looks caters to that. Yeah. With a sign that says, yeah, tell Sada to touch that. Yeah, show that real quick, what he's talking about. So,
no, he's talking. He's talking. So the fact of the matter is the white folks savior complex that we comfortable with, right? Because we scared to do it our goddamn selves, right? And that is the whole movie about Tarzan. The whole movie about Tarzan is that we are capable of doing it ourselves. When they first came, they should have been murdered on the beach. Murdered on the beach. But what we did was what the ink did was save one of them, right? Let them survive, right? And they came back more. Tarzan's people came back more. So the movie is worth going to. Don't be mad at them telling the story of their success. Be mad because you are not telling the story of your liberation. Do you understand? Don't be mad at them. You see this over here? This commerce going on is a beautiful thing. But the mind ain't going on. We just paying bills and making money, right? We not acting as a wave. Because if we act as a wave, like as you always taught, this should be going on every day.
In the summertime on a weekly basis. But going back to the initial question that was asked earlier about what would Kemetic culture, how could Kemetic culture pay the bills? Now, we have to somewhat take that question and really examine that. Because what culture does when it's returned to us, we are poor people. We are poverty-stricken. Why? Because something was taken from us. So we have to acknowledge what was taken from us, what part of the wealth system that we inherently have, which one of our inalienable rights did they take from us to put us in a state of poverty? Because poverty is not necessarily what you don't have in your pockets. It's a lot of rich, poor niggas that I know. In his hood, all them shoebox warriors, these guys bad racks and stacks, they are impoverished in ways, they are malnourished in their knowledge of self. As a result of that, their self-worth has become bankrupt. And what do we see that play out as in? We see it play out where a nigga could come outside in broad daylight and pop a nigga in front of his mama. That has just happened in Brooklyn.
Shoebox is really just bail money.
No doubt.
Shoebox has always been bail money. That's all it is, right?
Investment money, in a sense, it's not rebuilding money because the OGs had street codes. And the street code said, when you destroy, you also build. They don't do that.
You know, big up to sign that TV. I love this program because it's conscious. This is what we need to keep sending this message to those who are still asleep. It's our job to wake them up. Now, we are caught up in a state of delusion, right? They didn't take nothing from us. We give it to them, and we let them control us. We got to stop this, and all we gonna do it is by educating our young, our youth. They are doing it with theirs, so why can't we do it with ours? We are the ones with knowledge. We are first knowledge, right? From the beginning was us, right? And it's gonna always be us. No matter we resilient people. Every time we turn around, they're trying to kill us all. They use every method in the book, but guess what happened? We survived. We survived because you know what? We are the gods. We are the creators. We are the ones that making things happen. Without us, there wouldn't ever be them. You know, these Ashkenazis and Khazarians, right? Who think each other. I challenge anyone to get with the youngsters, get with our youths, get with our children and educate them. Show them what it is. Show them that, hey, look, you are better than. You are better than. And we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it. So, Sanada TV, just keep doing it. Keep letting the people know. We're gonna always be here to show them and teach them. You know, I just want to leave with this point. There's nowhere in the world you're going to put a white man to teach us our culture. We have a culture, they don't. So how are they going to teach us our culture? They have no knowledge of us. You know, they only go by what we show them, right? And that's it. They can't even think for themselves. We're the greatest thinkers of all. So don't let them fool you. We're going to come up out of this, and I'm going to show you a way how to do it. Yes.
Now, keep in mind that the hunter will always tell the story about the lion from the hunter's perspective. Every single story that they've given us, every single perspective of who we are and who they are is from the hunter's perspective. Always know that. They will never give you the story from the lion's perspective. Now, going back to what he was saying and what we were saying about the culture is priceless. This is a micronism of a macronism of where the fuck our wealth is. So you need to stop it with talking about, no, we need more of these. This is a healing, therapeutic gathering of higher frequencies of culture and of the diaspora in ways that you don't get in Western society. So every single black community should have one of these events at least 4 times a year where we come amongst, we do commerce, we do culture, we socialize, brothers can meet their goddesses, goddesses can meet their gods. We have to encourage coming together. We are being encroached upon by these fucking pilgrims, these Europeans. Do you niggas want to go to their festivals? Do you want to be inside of whatever the fuck they put together? It is bland. It is low frequency. When our people get together in lower frequencies, they rob, they kill, they steal. There's misogyny taking place. All kind of lower level nigga shit. That's not what you see here. So you get to see what a black village looks like. And you get to see what a sovereign city looks like. And you get to see, I'm seeing sisters that I ain't never seen before. They look like they escaped from the museum, goddammit. I'm about to put out an APB. Then you get to see a stock and a pedigree of our people that you don't see riding the trains, that you don't see in the hood. So, there you go. So, we got to come together like this. This is healing. We need villages and towns like this. So, like I said, our culture is our wealth. Get your culture back, you will get your wealth back, and you will get your ass out of poverty. And that's a fact.
Powerful. Hey, I want to say this. Me and Red Pill here together again. It looks like there's a lot of wind in the forecast. Okay. I want to say in closing too. Give me. You got a flyer, brother? No. You got a flyer on you? Okay. Yes. August 20th, family. I want you to come out if you can support it. If you're in the tri-state area, if not, if you like to travel, come on out to Waterbury, Connecticut on 20 Hopkins Street. August 20th, once again, we're going to have Facts Initiative. Food, arts, transportation, clothing, and solutions. It's going to be, you got the flyer we need, brother? Okay.
I've been going hard on the promo.
Your son there will put it up at the intro. Okay? So check it out. Red and Blue Pill is going to go out there, and we're going to turn it up in Connecticut with this information, with solution orientation. Not just a lecture, not just talking about history, but talking about making history. Also, what I want to say in closing is what the brother said about the white man over there talking about his status. See, he has embedded in him by not only his household and his parents, but the society that he comes from. It has reinforced that and has reassured him with that. So to the point where he has enough confidence and audacity to come against all black people and not feel intimidated or afraid. He feels more protected here around all these black people than he do around different factions of Caucasians with different political ideologies and class statuses. That's a fact. And the reason why is because until we learn how to break from accepting that House of Consciousness, Black News 102. So stay tuned.
You know, I don't have much more to say other than that. It's time for us to rise up. It's time for the people to wake up. Let's wake the sleeping giant up, take back what belongs to us, and run the world the way it should be run. Big up to Sinetta TV.
All right, brother. I just want to say that we have a responsibility with these platforms that we use. Sinetta TV, Black News 102. We have a big responsibility. When we have these events, we can't have white people there. We can't have this white man here talking about we having a petition and all this other stuff. We can do everything ourselves. We don't need no more white people. This is a black platform. Sinetta TV is a black platform. We gotta just cut the bullshit and just say, look, we all got the same agenda. The same agenda. We want to get from underneath the cracker.
Hello, Pegasus
And get rid of them.
Management. How can I help you? Your beautiful.
The only way we gonna create a future for our babies and our women is if we get rid of this shit. We gotta get rid of this shit. We gotta stop. Look, it ain't about who's the smartest or who got the most books and none of this. None of that. Haitian Revolution, they didn't have no books. All they had was a prayer.
Let the people hear. Let the people hear. Yeah, that's right. Talk to you. Go ahead. Say it to you. Hey, what you ask me? Let them know. Ask them the question.
Okay, I came in on the end of this. I just was listening to the outside of it. But I was watching BET the other day, and Jesse Willams, to me, he laid down the gauntlet especially on all these here young blacks and even the old heads like myself, you know, who have platforms to speak up, to reach out, and to put some of that money into our communities and help our youth and show them some love. It takes a village to raise a child, you know, and I was born in 1950. And, no, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked because I talk to certain people every day about what's going on. And I mean, I was one of the youth at one time out there doing the things that I was doing. Wasn't right. But as I got older and my eyes opened up, my head opened up, and to me, it's a very ugly scene out here when it comes to American blacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing about the Jews. Our Holocaust happened right here. I spent time in Germany. I'm a serviceman. I spoke to some of the Germans. The Germans was just as scared of Hitler as the Jews was. And if they got caught helping a Jew, they was whacking out their whole family, including cat and dog. So I mean, well, that part I don't quite know and understand the lingo, but I'm just talking black and white, speaking black and white for what I know. I'm just tired of the Jews as far as talking about their Holocaust. Their Holocaust took a place in Europe, Poland, Russia. I want to speak about what's happening here in America. You understand? My ancestors were slaves. I'm part of a slave. I say they letting too many people in this country. They coming in from all over the world. They need to shut the door. No, I'm not no Trump. He only said part of it. Talking about the Mexicans and the Arabs. It has to shut the door on the people. Slow it down. We're getting squeezed. And the young black people gonna have it even harder, especially this technology. Yeah, they sharp with the technology, but they not paying attention. We do not hire black lawyers. We don't have enough black doctors. You know, yeah, it's good to be playing sports, professional football, basketball, but hey, how about the other side, the flip side of sports? How about the ownership? Very good question. What do we own? Who are we putting in? Who are we giving jobs to? We're not giving jobs to not even our own. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I hustle, I dealt with this here, and right now, I'm wide awake. The bear had waken up, and I would like to say things, you know, but sometimes I don't know how to put it. I don't want to offend no one, but I want them to understand on what I'm trying to say so to open up your eyes. And getting to Jesse, I was not surprised. I was waiting for a young person to come up and to speak the way he spoke. He couldn't have put it no better. Now, I looked at all the faces that were sitting in the auditorium. They was like wide-eyed, mouth open. It's not like you never heard this here before. Here's a young man. He was an activist before he was an actor. Now, come on now. And I was like, well, I never even heard of him. You know what I'm saying? Until that night. But now, I want to speak, and if the people don't know, okay, time to go.
Yeah, I just want to say, having a platform, having this black platform, we need to start having accountability as black men. I mean, a war without an army is what? It's a fucking genocide. So we need to take responsibility and understand that we need more. We need more than talk. I mean, it's good. Look, I came out here to just say this, but at least I'm out here. Most people they won't come out. It's black platform, race first. Jesse Willams, we can't let people like this say these things anymore. We can't let these little mulattoes and these white boys, and they fucking up the race. Keep it black, take responsibility, win the war. You gotta prepare for war. All right? At some point we're gonna have to prepare for war. We need an army, all right?
To close out, the Side Netter TV, big shout outs to Side Netter TV. To close out, all I gotta say is peace and blessings, and it's all about balance. It's all about balance right now. You gotta understand, we gotta stop living by the fake Willie Lynch. Most likely didn't even really exist, honestly. Say the truth. But those things that were said, that was put into place to create this system, is very real. So we gotta stop making the young and the old, and the male and the female, and always having a big issue. We all want something which is progress. And that's how I'm gonna close this out for you, Sanetta. Blessings, Hotep, peace.
All right, Hotep family, peace and black power. Thanks a lot. Love it. Peace.
eat.